Hello and good morning from the porch. Today I kind of want to talk about why did I start with herbs and spices for horses and dogs and these hydration mixtures and even why the pouch size. So when I moved here and bought this farm, I started studying species appropriate care. And I started going down the rabbit hole with track systems. If you're not familiar with them, they're fantastic. And also equine enrichment. And so there are a lot of things I'll share with, things that I've done here on the property that are for my horses, physical and mental stimulation. And one of the things that I ran across is water buffets. And they're a lot more popular over in Europe. When I say water buffet here, sometimes people give me a blank look. So a water buffet is, in the way that they're using it, single herbs or spices, sometimes people do blends, that are infused in water, and then you set them all out, almost like a wine flight or a beer flight, and then you let your horses go over and sniff and taste and decide what they like. And it's actually a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun with it. I've done all 11 herbs and spices that I offer for the horses, at which point the dogs started going over and drinking some of them, and I went, well, this is interesting, and then making sure that those were safe for the dogs and they had benefits as well, I went ahead and started the Improved Canine. So it started out very simply with the herbs and spices, and I did the sizes themselves. This is the turmeric, I can't call things organic unless my facility's actually FDA certified, and I'm not large enough to be FDA certified, but I do actually source it organically. I just have to get the certification whenever I grow enough. But I dare you to find some turmeric that's that color. That's fantastic. So this raspberry leaf, turmeric itself, these, I priced them at $6 because part of what I was seeing also is, one, the companies that I was finding that provided a really good selection of herbs and spices were predominantly over in the UK. There may be some in the United States. I'm still kind of, doing research and learning the layout and everything like that. But regardless, if I did want to try an herb or a spice, because again, this is choice. This is not, there's no guarantee that my horses are going to like something. I would have to buy a very significant amount of it and pay a lot of shipping for it. And I really wanted to be able to try a bunch of them. So these are $6 a piece. And if you buy more than $49 worth of products, which, if you got all 11, obviously, 66 bucks free shipping. But then you get to try all of them. And I also decided, what would my experience be that I would want as far as setting up a water buffet, because I'm a little bit extra. So I thought about all of the leaves and everything like that that are floating around in the water, and my horse's face getting covered with those, and decided, no, we need really cute tea infusers so that you can put any leafy product actually inside the tea infuser, and just, it hangs on the side of the bucket. And then went so far also to get two sizes of them. So if you're doing something for your dogs, with some of the herbs and spices for the dogs, you can actually use a smaller one. And then I went, oh gosh, there's so many tea infusers that are gorgeous out there. And so I got some little unicorns and manatees and a brown dog, if you like a brown dog. So these are all food safe, and obviously, you can use them for human beings. But I thought it was kind of a fun way to spice up or, dress up your dog or your horse's water buffet. And then I also designed waterproof tags, because a lot of things that people would say, so this is licorice root, very good for their digestive system, and actually helps to reduce gastric acid in the horse's systems. You'll see it a lot in herbal ulcer mixtures and everything like that. But I made up all of these tags because people would always say, oh, which one do they like the most? And quite honestly, if they finished it, sometimes it's hard to tell. So these are little waterproof tags. They're very, very durable. I've had mine out in the sun and in the water and the rain and everything like that for months at a time, and they still look fantastic. And they come with little togs, so they attach to your buckets. That's what I'm looking for. The word's buckets. I need more coffee. But yeah, so I really kind of wanted to put together a whole experience if people did want to walk down the road of water buffets. And then even beyond that, I started thinking about this yes and, because setting up a elaborate water buffet in a pasture, one, implies you have the time, the resources, all of the buckets, and then also that you have a whole herd of horses that you're doing this for. One horse is a little over the top to do this for. And so I thought, you know, a lot of horses are spending time in stalls. Let's go ahead and look at a mini buffet. And so the concept with that is that you can have your fresh water in the stall and then just put a second bucket of something that's infused that you think your horse might like or might need. So turmeric water has been a huge hit with my yearling, and it's really good for joint health. And of course, he's a yearling and he's an Irish sport horse, so he's growing like crazy, and joint health is something that's incredibly, I monitor his weight and everything like that to make sure that he's not growing too fast for that reason. So these are some of the things, the reasons why I brought this to market, because really it was something that I wanted to look for. I wanted it to be financially affordable. $6. If I buy something for $6 and my horse doesn't like it, I'm not really upset about it. It's all good. One of the things that I like about it too is these are incredibly versatile. So the turmeric itself, you can try infusing it in water. If they don't like that, then one, I have some mixtures that are coming out that might make it more palatable, because turmeric is really wonderful to add to their diets. But if they don't like it, you can sprinkle it over the top of the food, and you can direct dose it exactly how much you want to make sure that you get them, which is also behind this idea of single ingredients, full transparency, full control. It's not a proprietary blend. You know exactly how much is in what your horses are getting, because you're the one who's controlling it, or your dogs. And I notice in the proprietary blends, they don't always tell you how much is in there. And for me, that's frustrating, because you can show me all the scientific evidence in the world, but if I don't know that the rate you have put it in the feed for the servings is the efficacy rate for my particular size dog or my particular size horse, I don't know how effective it's going to be. And so the scientific data itself is sometimes misleading if it's a proprietary ingredient and you don't know what the rate of feeding actually is. So the horses are banging right now. They actually want to eat. This has been a very long video. If you stayed until the end, I really appreciate you listening, and hopefully I've piqued your interest on something. I'm getting these in my TikTok shop shortly. Also, the hydration infusions will be coming, and I'll be talking about them soon too. But again, these are safe for dogs, safe for horses, and it's a lot of fun. It kind of works on that idea of choice and enrichment and stimulation. And in addition to that, it is low calorie to no calorie. So you don't have to worry about treating them too much and them growing in their waistline. Have a great day. Good morning. Hello and good morning from the porch. I do want to support some other small businesses. You'll see me in t-shirts a lot that are kind of goofy. This one is 50 and Feral. This is by Old Lady Gaines. They have a lot of really great stuff, and she does sales a lot of the time. Not paid for anything, not sponsored, but I do like to support other small businesses.